Oh baby, what do you get when you drop the number 2 scoring defense and the number 1 scoring offense into the cage together? Indianapolis Colts at home took their third loss in an OT road affair last week.
And the kick is good. Kansas City survives.
Houston Texans rolling into town, proving once again that KDOT knows what he's talking about because that D of theirs ain't free.
Allen throws off his back foot, short pitch at the 9-yard line.
Here's how the bullpen is looking at this game. Colts are the number 1 scoring team in the NFL. Our number 1 defense just got done with a top 5 scoring offense. Stonewalled Josh Allen and the mighty Bills held him to 12 points, 5 for 16 on third down, 0 for 2 in the red zone.
Well, sooner or later, Will Anderson was going to get a sack, and there it was.
We're taking on Daniel Jones this week. Our secondary just picked off Allen twice, held him to a sub-70 rate. Still, no team holding quarterbacks to a lower rating for the year. Only team with more picks than touchdowns allowed. Can't look at their D like it isn't a receipt.
Playing zone, reading Josh Allen's eyes, and gets right into that passing lane.
And Jones faces a crazed pass rush. Think they're out there making babies named Mercedes without a Mercedes-Benz and 4 24-inch rims? In this case, that's Will Anderson and Daniil the QB Hunter. The pair bagged it up 4.5 times last week. Texans with a ridiculous 8 sacks of Allen. He's never been dumped that many times in a game in his career.
Runs around again, down he goes again. Daniil Hunter.
Jones didn't take a single sack versus Kansas City on 31 pass attempts, but he took 7 versus Atlanta his previous outing. He took 5 the week before that to Pittsburgh. And even though he wasn't dropped by the Chiefs, their top scoring offense was held to 20 points again. That's 3 times this season they've finished with 20, all 3 losses.
Fake to Taylor, go to the end zone, and it's incomplete for Pierce.
Jones, though, isn't coming in off as bad a game as the previous 2 duds that accompanied those losses. No picks. He's a 99 rate a week ago.
Top, throws back in the end zone. Are the feet down? Yes! It is Ogletree.
But it was not an Indiana Jones performance. Just 181 yards, a meager 5.8 yards per attempt. Each game now that he hasn't been good enough for a 100-plus rate game, they've lost. Jonathan Taylor also looking to rebound. He was held under 4 yards per carry, 58 yards, 3.6 per. He's had 2 subpar games in his last 3.
3rd and 1. And they don't get no yards, they get a loss of 2 yards.
2 duds sandwiched in between a 244-yard game. He's followed each sub-4 yard per carry outing this year with 100-plus yard showings.
When you give that kind of space to Jonathan Taylor, lucky he didn't go the distance.
When it comes to stopping Taylor, Texans have handled most backs they've run into, but they did just struggle with James Cook, the one other back having a year like Taylor's. They gave up over 110 yards to Cook on 6.8 a run, allowed him to get away for a 45-yard TD.
He's out in front, and Cook will take it all the way for a touchdown.
Texans defense has struggled stopping mobile quarterbacks in 2025, but they did hold Allen to 20 yards rushing. Their secondary did give up 250-plus yards to him through the air, 110 allowed to Khalil Shakir, 45 to Ty Johnson. Jones options when he lets her fly. Josh Downs, only 10 yards on 6 targets versus Kansas City. Alec Pierce pulled in 1 catch, 26 yards. Michael Pittman scored again, has 7 for the year, 8 targets, just 27 yards versus the Chiefs though. Ashton Doolin, a 48-yard reception on his 1 target. And Tyler Warren, 5 grabs, 45 yards.
He's got Warren taken off and down to the 8-yard line before he's tripped up.
Texans defense would be happy in theory with another 23 points from its offense like they got last week. They don't ask much, and that is 2 of their last 3 they've scored 23 plus.
To the end zone, caught, touchdown! Higgins.
Would be nice to convert more than 2 of 12 on 3rd down. They did cash in 2 of 4 red zone chances at least, which they have not been good at most games. Now they try and keep their respectable momentum going, but Indianapolis' defense is no joke either. 23 points last week, and Kansas City needed OT to get that many. They held Patrick Mahomes TD-less. Their pick of him set Indy up for a short touchdown.
Ball tip and caught at the 5.
They turned away 5 of 6 Chiefs red zone chances. Now they turn their sights on who? CJ Stroud, who's trying to get clearance to return from his concussion, or Davis Mills, who threw both of his touchdown passes last week while visiting Scott Hansen's pad. Not a lot of yards, but a 90 rate for the second game in a row. Admirable play for a backup.
Going to the air. Checking it down. Left side. Catches.
Mills didn't take a single sack versus Buffalo. He did go down 4 times the week prior. The same number Indy dropped Mahomes, Laiatu Latu, not only with that pick, but also with his team-leading 6th sack.
Mahomes at the 10, in trouble, and is sacked.
Colts did face 46 Mahomes pass attempts, gave up over 350 yards to him, 43 to Travis Kelce, 59 to Xavier Worthy, and 141 to Rashee Rice, who really hurt them late. Linebacker Zaire Franklin was tagged with 100-plus yards allowed. This week, they squabble up with Dalton Schultz, 4 targets, 8 yards last week, Jalen Noel, 4 yards, Jaden Higgins, a team-high 9 targets, scored for the 3rd time in his last 5 outings.
Get some space on the outside against Tre'Davious White. Good job there by the rookie, the toe tap.
Only 38 yards, though. Christian Kirk with his second best showing as a Texan, 54 yards and a score.
Play fake. Pass. Wide open. Touchdown.
And Nico Collins led the team as usual, 55 yards.
The pass is caught, so there's completion number 2, and they finally go to Nico Collins.
The on-again, off-again rush attack of Houston's was kind of on versus the Bills. Nick Chubb, 6 attempts, 2.7 per carry, but Woody Marks with a nice 74 yards, 4.6 per jaunt. He's hit at 4.5 or better in 2 of his last 3.
Here's Marks. Off to the races he goes before he is stopped.
He takes on a Colts defense, holding running backs to a nice low 3.9 a carry. Yeah, they gave up 104 yards to Kareem Hunt, but he ran 30 times, so just 3.5 per attempt.
Hunt. Ball's on the ground. Ball's still on the ground, and the Colts have covered it up.
This one has all sorts of implications riding on it. Houston has taken 3 straight from Indy, 4 of the last 5. But the Colts have dominated the overall series. They won 15 of the first 16 meetings between them, including their first ever bout in 2002. It might have had something to do with that guy who's famous for his motivational talks.
In Week 13, Houston's David Carr received even less AFC Southern hospitality.
Chad Bratzky got him back at the 15. Bratzky just notorious in his pursuit of David Carr on that play.
Imposing their will, the Colts lassoed Carr 6 times. A trio of sacks from Brad Scioli ensured that neither team from Texas would cross a Colt goal line in 2002. The dimming of the Lone Stars meant a lone score would be needed to win both the Houston and Dallas games.
Manning looks to throw, pump fake, looks again, throws the slant, touchdown, Pollard! Great move by 81.
The former basketball player at Bradley spikes it over the goalpost.